Dictators have a reputation for being ruthless and powerful leaders who seize control of countries through force and oppress their people. But did you know there are also some surprising, lesser-known facts about these authoritarian rulers? In today's video, we're exploring 20 surprising facts you may not have known about some of history's most infamous dictators. Fact 1. Joseph Stalin had a severe case of smallpox as a child that left terrible scars all over his face. He was extremely self-conscious of his appearance, and photos were often retouched later to make him appear more handsome and authoritative. Fact 2. Adolf Hitler supposedly had only one testicle. Some historians believe this condition, along with other health issues, attributed to his antisocial and aggressive behavior later in life. Fact 3. Saddam Hussein had a huge collection of movies, over 60,000 films. His favorite American films were said to be westerns. Fact 4. Idi Amin, the dictator of Uganda from 1971 to 1979, claimed he could speak over 8 languages, including English, Luganda, Swahili, Arabic, and German. But in reality, he could only speak a few words in some of these languages. Fact 5. Mussolini was constantly dieting and exercising to maintain his physique. He would do rigorous calisthenics every morning and adhere to strict low-calorie diets. Some say this obsessive behavior stemmed from his insecurities about his short stature. Fact 6. Kim Jong-il had a list of over 20 films he liked and demanded to watch every year, including Friday the 13th. He was also a big fan of NBA basketball and had a private collection of statues of Michael Jordan. Fact 7. Fidel Castro kept pet pigs on the grounds of his Havana palace. He was very fond of animals and spent a lot of time with his pig companions. Some called it an odd hobby for a revolutionary leader. Fact 8. Muammar Gaddafi slept in a tent when traveling, even attending international conferences and meetings. The tent contained lavish interiors with gold-plated fixtures and elaborate decor. It highlighted his eccentric persona and rejection of opulent presidential palaces. Fact 9. Joseph Tito of Yugoslavia was afraid of doctors and refused medical treatment even when seriously ill. Some believe this fear stemmed from experience with communist interrogation techniques early in his career. Fact 10. Pol Pot of Cambodia loved to dance at late-night parties at his palace. This seemed very out of character for a man responsible for the deaths of millions of his people. Fact 11. Mobutu Sese Seko of Zaire maintained an extravagant wardrobe of thousands of custom suits. He was known to change outfits multiple times a day and transported his clothing collection around the world on cargo planes. Fact 12. Jean Bedel Bokassa, Emperor of the Central African Empire from 1976 to 1979, had a serious appetite for sweets and snacks. He was known to regularly polish off entire cakes by himself in one sitting. His enormous size and gluttonous habits stood in contrast to the poverty and starvation facing many in his nation. Fact 13. Francisco Franco of Spain loved to fish and hunt and spent much of his leisure time outdoors enjoying nature. Behind closed doors, he came across as mild-mannered in contrast to his authoritarian public persona. Fact 14. Augusto Pinochet of Chile was deeply superstitious and consulted astrologers regularly. He made many political and personal decisions based on their predictions and readings of his fortune. Fact 15. Muammar Gaddafi of Libya was a self-proclaimed feminist who outlawed marriage and encouraged relationships between consenting adults. However, his secret police still arrested and punished women who did not follow the country's strict moral code in practice. Fact 16. Ferdinand Marcos of the Philippines was known for his elaborate shoes custom-made by the best European cobblers. His collection included shoes made from python, anaconda, and alligator skin worth thousands of dollars each. Fact 17. Idi Amin of Uganda was an avid scuba diver and would frequently go diving along the coasts of his country. Some say this hobby helped get his mind off the turmoil he was causing within Uganda. Chapter 18. Benito Mussolini loved pets, especially cats, and would let them roam freely in government buildings. He saw them as symbols of poise, grace, and supremacy. Fact 19. Fulgencio Batista of Cuba was obsessed with horse racing and owned several champion thoroughbreds. He spent lavishly on horse breeding and competitions to project an image of opulence and power. Fact 20. Nicolae Ceausescu of Romania had a phobia of being late and always arrived at locations hours before scheduled events. His paranoid obsession with punctuality was likely due to fears of losing control and power within his regime. I hope you found some of these lesser-known facts about dictators to be interesting or surprising. Their public personas were often quite different from aspects of their private lives we're discovering even today. Thanks for watching.